This poem is called My Cousin Valerie. My cousin Valerie died in 1945. Tuberculosis did it. The Worthing sea air was a last resort, beside the seaside solution to counter the consumption. It was a cruel twist. She was a singer, ensign, the BBC, entertaining the troops. But now her lungs were wrecked. The funeral would have been a darkly clothed affair, as everything was in those days. Afterwards, my father, 15 years old, sat, solemn no doubt, between his parents and grieving aunt and uncle. The wake was in the Ham public house on Ham Road, of course. The sea air was just around the corner. That's all I know, and that the alcohol was always there for everything. My grandfather was a buy his mates several rounds with a crisp white £5 note, one of the horses, but let your family starve kind of guy. My great-uncle, well, he saw the pink elephants. I met Valerie for the first time in about 1968. My parents took the summer jaunt to Worthing. Free accommodation with relatives was a bonus. In Chatham Road, my brother and I would inhabit Valerie's shrine for a few nights every summer. Dark wardrobe, dressing table, hairbrush, and sea green Art Deco perfume bottles, in situ as if she had just popped out to the shops. My great-aunt and uncle's only child was absent, but the local necromancers had convinced them otherwise. My brother and I, however, under her watchful photographic gaze, topped and tailed in her small bed, oblivious to the lingering weirdness of the situation. My great-aunt Mabel was an outer shell of old lady sweetness, but she concealed a muttering heart of discontent and judgment. They said she pushed Valerie too hard to succeed. Theatre was in her veins. Her Valerie was the vicarious vessel for her own coughed-up, blood-felled aspirations. Great-uncle Charlie was emotionless and taciturn. A dodgy spearfoo in the 20s, meddled in silent movies. My residing memory is sitting in the back of his Morris Minor as he bombed along Brighton seafront. After my father's death, I inherited my aunt and uncle's old curled photographs. They reeked of pathos. They showed 1930s beach play, silly games, nautical jaunts, and presumably happy faces. The day war was declared was an outing to the sea for Valerie and her favourite dress. So the brittle photograph showed. And then, there it was, amongst the photographs and newspaper clippings, in an inconsequential carrier bag, all folded and preserved. My last memory of Auntie Mabel was a few weeks before her death. She could not recall her nephew on his brief visit. A short phone call to my father Derek, then still alive, and Valerie's favourite cousin, brought clarity. Ah, Derek's boy. Maybe the necromancers were right. Valerie was always there when Auntie Mabel needed her.